Hi, I'm Stuey Sykes. Hello and welcome to the 6th and final edition of our amazing journey around Australia. If you've persevered this far with us, then the series has clearly been a hit with you. And so the 6th edition is being entitled 6 for a Hit. This time we again visit some unexpected places, but amongst them, some really famous Australian locations. And at the end of this session, we welcome a special guest who'll come and ask some questions of the presenter and try and determine what we've learned from the project. I hope you'll enjoy this final episode. So Boolarra, very pretty little town. This is 3770. As you can see, the children on the bicycles are the height of the traffic around here. And of course, my good friend Dick. Today we're talking to the legend Dick Horseman, and he has a very good working knowledge of Boolarra, which is 3770, Dick.
3870.
3870.
Yeah. I've been a lawyer in the Gippsland area for the last 45 years and dealt with Boolarra properties a lot. Boolarra is a small township just south of Morwell. It's about 1,000 people living there. Originally, it got established as a timber town. There was a railway line out there, which now no longer exists, but it's a popular place for people to go and retire. It has good gardens and a lovely oval. Back in my football days, I'd played a number of games on the Boolarra footy ground, not always successfully, but always enjoyed my time. Has a couple of pubs, and it is a popular place to go.
Boolarra began life as a timber town, and it used to have a railway as well, but that now is a track, which is rather nice. And this is Boolarra Sports Field, which in the summer, of course, is a cricket ground, and the guys are practicing cricket. In the winter, it's Australian rules football ground, of course. And the only legend that I know from the game personally is here, who, Dick, you didn't actually have many fantastic days here. You've played here though?
Yeah, played here quite a few times. Only played AFL football.
Not cricket?
Not cricket.
And never got 5 goals?
Never got 5. I used to play in the ruck, so.
Ah, well. Well, this is a beautiful little country pub. And Dick and I were just going to sit outside here and have a beer, until we found that on a Tuesday, unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be open. So we're not going to have a beer here. It still looks nice. Today we're in Parkes, New South Wales. It has the postcode 2870, and this is the statue of Sir Henry Parkes. And Parkes is the home of the Elvis Festival, which is held every year in January. This year their theme was the Blue Hawaii movie, but there are lots of people who are Elvis impersonators and Elvis fans who come to Parkes each year for this celebration. Emily, what do you want to tell me about Parkes?
It's a pretty nice small town. There's nice people, nice place.
Anything you don't like about Parkes?
There's not too much to do when, I don't know, wait till you restart that.
But one thing we ought to do before we leave while we're in Parkes.
Going to the beach.
Ah, what is the dish?
It's the Parkes Radio Telescope. So it has something to do with NASA and
Ooh.
like space.
Really?
Yep.
Ooh, how far away from here is that?
About 20 kilometres.
And of course, Emily is quite right. The dish is very famous. There's a movie about it, but also it was involved in the first moon landing, which was done by the Americans. Some of the coordination of that was actually done from Parkes here in the central west of Australia, using that dish that she described. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go to the dish today, but we do have a chance to look up and down the main street in Parkes. Pretty nice little town. Postcode 3770 in Victoria brings us to the iconic area of the Yarra Valley and the chance to visit one of 3 or more wineries. But the one I've selected to stop at today in postcode 3770 is Yering Farm Winery. This looks to be a small family type place. Hopefully we shall enjoy ourselves here. There's every ethnic group under the sun here. So here you can find another group.
In front of the hotel where I used to meet him and talk to him. I was walking past it and I said, "How you feeling?" You know, Steve. "How you been?" He's drinking a bottle of scotch and he goes, "Oh, I'm not that good." And I said, "Take care, you know. Sorry I didn't go to your concert." I went to walk away and I heard someone behind me go, "You fucking rich fucking cunt." And I thought, don't hit him because he gets a bit violent. Phil,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, you're going to just pick on him because you're walking down the street and you think you've had a hard life in another country. He's had it hard enough in this country and his own, and he's having a drink at the front of his hotel. He's got no bouncer or nothing. You're going to try to hit him, he's going to kill you there, just walk back in his hotel.
Well, today we're in Bundaberg, and that's one of our towns. And this is how they make rum. The famous Bundaberg Rum Distillery. The sugarcane is brought into the distillery on little narrow gauge railway tracks, in trucks like this. They run all through the sugarcane area, these tracks. I'm lucky enough to be at the Bundaberg distillery today with Bobby, who not only works at the distillery, but is born and brought up in Bundy.
Well, I did grow up here, just actually a couple of blocks from the actual distillery. My dad was actually a cane farmer, so he actually has spent time cutting the cane, bringing it into the mill, even loco driving back in the day. So we grew up around cane fires and the beautiful smell of raw sugar. I did leave and return to the perfect job. I did go to the big smoke when I was younger, and I'm just so privileged to be here today working at the distillery. The journey we're taking for the future is just so exciting. There are so many new flavours and innovations coming through that we can't wait to share our beautiful Bundy with everybody. So, no, I love the town. It's 10 minutes to the beach, so you can go after work and be home in time for dinner. The weather's perfect. It's just a beautiful place to be.
And Bobby, while we're talking here, if I just turn this around a little bit, here comes the train being pulled into the factory with all the cane on board, and that's ready for the next production, I guess.
They'll crush and juice them and crystallise them, and then we get what's left, all the burnt sugar juice for our molasses pits.
All right, and
So,
roughly
yeah.
how long does it take to go through the process from one end to the other when they're bringing them in?
Those carriages, they'll be in and out within in a matter of probably half an hour.
Oh, so they'll be processed today?
Yeah, they'll be
okay.
processed today.
Yeah.
This year has been a better one due to the better rainfall and stuff that we've had. So the cane is looking really good this year.
Brilliant. Okay.
So we're hoping to get quite a bit of molasses out of them next door.
Awesome. Well, look, Bobby, thank you for taking the time to
More
talk
than
to us for my
welcome.
project.
Have a great one. Thank you. Happy 70th.
So, Stuey, whatever made you think of this idea?
Well, we'd done quite a lot of overseas travel in the 4 or 5 years prior. 2023 looked likely to be a very expensive year for airfares, a lot of accommodation booked already, people travelling again after COVID. It all looked up very awkward. And so we decided that we'd stay in Australia for this period. But the interesting thing was trying to find some sort of driver or purpose for that project. The postcodes idea was just a flash of inspiration, really. The beauty of the whole idea is that it's entirely repeatable. Anyone could pick up the idea, take their own nominated criterion, a number they've just plucked from anywhere, and set off to do the whole project in 1 calendar year. And they'd go to a completely different set of places. How much fun is that?
So, I went to many of these 70 postcodes with you. How many are there in Australia? Now, how many did you actually visit?
Well, that's a very good question. In fact, in total, there are 38 that qualified, and unfortunately, I have to fess up, we didn't quite get to all of them. I have been to all of them in the past at one point or another, but for the purpose of this trip, some of them were just logistically really difficult for us to add into the project. For example, Halls Creek in northern WA is 2,700 kilometres from Perth, which is a 29-hour drive each way. But the places we didn't get to are all given an honourable mention in the credits at the end of this piece.
Stuey, if you were to make 3 conclusions from this exercise, what would they be?
Well, the first one is that this just reminds you what a huge country Australia really is. I think my second observation is that it was amazing just how enthusiastic everybody was, and I mean everybody, for the places where they lived. We've never heard anyone say, "I can't wait to get out of here." People are genuinely proud of where they're from, no matter how outlandish that might seem. Australians generally seem to really love Australia, don't they? And maybe people do in every country, but certainly the people we met fit that category. I believe that. And the third conclusion? Well, I must have a very understanding wife. to come with me to so many of these unsung places on what was plainly a nutty crusade from the outset. I'm a very lucky man. But we've definitely had some fun, and I hope that anyone else who's endured through all 6 episodes of the 70s Project also had some fun with us too. So thank you for watching, and here's a thought. Whatever will we think of next?